this lesson, I'm going to show you all the basic steps of how you'll be able to use nodes, how you'll be able to compose, and also use conversion so that you can apply your own color grading on your videos and compose yourself your own video. So without any further ado, let's just hop on to the lesson by opening up DaVinci Resolve on our device first. As you can see on my screen, I already have opened up DaVinci. Now, just like I said, I'm going to be getting myself a resource. Now, I have attached in a resource folder with this whole course from where you will be able to get, those helpful resources which you want to work on. But if you don't know where to get your resources from, you can follow my steps. Now, one could either be directly from your device or the capture device, your camera. You can do that. You can also get yourself or import your own videos. And another thing, if you want to use online videos, I'm going to be showing you. And if you've seen my previous lessons, you already know where to get those from. Open up any browser you have on your device and search for pixels.com. Hit on enter and then go off the video section. You can also download photos from this site and all of them are royalty free. So what I'm going to be doing is going to be downloading this video and I'm going to apply color grading or show you basic color grading on this video. So there are also a couple of other videos which you can see, but I'm going to be using that specific one. So I'm going to wait until it has been downloaded, and as it will be downloaded, what I'm going to do is going to be importing it directly on my media pool in DaVinci Resolve. So first off, you're going to do is open yourself up a new project. So I'm going to click on new project, and then I'm going to type in or name it basic color grading. Okay, hit on enter and it will open yourself, or you will open a new workspace for you where you are going to make yourself the new project. Now, make sure not to skip any part, because if you do, you will not be able to do it, or you will not be able to start color grading. First off is go off to the file and import your media. Click on media, and then I have it on my download. And then I'm going to do is going to be wait until it has been downloaded. Check your browser. You can see that it has been downloaded over here. Pause it. Now I'm going to go to files, open myself or import my media. Open. And you can change it if you want to. So what I'm going to do is change it. And then I'm going to drag it into my timeline panel. So as we have it on my timeline panel, then you can go off the colors and you can see that video is over here. But if you do not have it on your timeline panel, you will not be able to use it. Let's press on deletes. Deletes. You can see this has been removed. If you go to colors, you will not be able to see it. So make sure to keep it on your timeline panel so that you can work on that specific video. You can see it over here. I have now used it over here. There we go. So I'm going to go off to my color page in DaVinci Resolve, because this is where you will have all of the things which you need to use for basic color grading. I can see that I already have nodes and effects on. Well, if you have opened up DaVinci and the color platform for the first time, it will not be like this. It might be something like this. It might be something like this. Okay. So if you have to turn on more of those settings and more of those workspaces and platforms, you have to follow my steps. Now, first thing which will be over here is something like this, okay? Then you're going to do is go off the nodes first, because this is kind of like layers, okay? So these are the layers where you are going to apply yourself new nodes, okay? So how would you do that? You can see this line is conjoined to this one, and this one is directly conjoined to this one. So this is the beginning, or this is the default, and this is the outcome. Now, how many nodes or how many layers you apply in that specific, this line is going to be the process in between. Now, it might be a bit confusing sometimes, or for the first timer, but you will get what I mean. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is add myself layers. You can adjust it the way you want it. So here, what I'm going to do is you have this open space, right? Right click on your mouse and you will have this option of add node. You have this corrector over here. You can apply that. So you also have different ones. So what I'm going to do is going to be add myself a corrector. So you can see this is where it should be. What I'm going to do is going to be select from this And then I'm going to do is going to be change this. First off, delete this line. And there we go. I'm going to apply more nodes over here. If I want layer, we can also apply layers, but I'm going to be using exact corrector. So what I'm going to do is apply more. You can apply more beginners if you want to. You can also delete them. You can just click on remove source, and there we go. So I'm going to do is going to be add myself more nodes over here. Corrector, there we go. So we're going to start up with 4. Okay, I'm going to do is keep it over here. This is going to be 3. Conjoin this from this and this to this, and then we get our output. Okay, this is kind of very simple, which you can do. So as we have 4 of these layers, our correctors, our nodes, here is where we are going to put myself the edits or the basic color grading. Now, when you apply this color, you can see this is basically how it looks like, right? So to see the other colors which are actually being used or the wavelength of light, you have to shift or press on the scopes. Now you can see on the specific part of the video, this much light of red is being used, this much light of green is being used, and this much light of blue is being used. Okay? So you can try that out if you want to. Now, what I'm going to be doing is going to be showing you everything step by step. So make sure to do this first. Now I'm going to do is going to be renaming it. Right click on any one of those, and then you're going to do is going to be rename it. Okay? Now, how would you do that? What you can do is double click on it. You can also change the node color. You can apply your node color, and also you can add more node. And you can also save it, delete it, and also other customizations. Now press on F2. You can see that you will be able to rename it. To do that, right click on any of the nodes you want to use. Click on that. Make sure you see this outline, and click on save as shared node. You're going to click on that. And then let's type in, this is going to be my correction. This one, I'm going to save it to save as shared notes. I'm going to say that this is going to be, let's say, the adjustment. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to do save as shared notes. So click on that. And this is going to be my conversion. And the last one is going to be my LUT. So what I'm going to do is also save it, LUT. You can also rename it if you want to, but this is how I feel more comfortable making them. Okay, you can also zoom in and out. You can see this is where all of those edits are going to be. You can also use this hand tool to fiddle through each and every one. You can see this one is connected to this one, so I'm going to just delete that. There we go, delete it. I'm also going to delete that, delete. I'm going to do is just keep all of them on over here. And then I'm going to do is going to be clicking on this one to this one. Okay. So I'm going to do is just zoom out for a bit and see this is how it is connected. So now perfect. Now what I'm going to start up with is going to be applying my conversion. Now I'm not going to be showing you correction because I already have a specific lesson for that, which is going to be our next lesson. You can try that out and you can see that whole lesson. And I would suggest you to see that whole lesson without skipping any part, because that part is also very important. But if you want to do basic color grading, just keep on conversion or stay on conversion. First off, click on this conversion layer or node, which you have made on this workspace. Click on effects. And you can see that there are different types of effects. From here, I'm going to search for color, space, transform. Select on that color space transform and drag it on this conversion panel or this node. You can see now when I click on this effect, you will have this effects option. You're going to see this is how it would work. Apply it, and there you go. You can see the settings of this. Okay, you'll be able to see the settings of that. I'm going to do is just zoom out a bit more. I'm going to just use this hand over here. What I'm going to do is going to be removing the part which I do not need. Delete. I'm going to delete this. Select on this wire. There we go. Perfect. Drag it on the one which you actually need. You can see this has been applied. You can see this is the color space which you want to use. You can also delete that one, and you can drag it over here and apply that. Perfect. Now what I'm going to do is going to go optimize settings. So as this is the settings, what I'm going to do is going to be using a couple of specific input. First off, what you're going to do is going to be searching for Sony as Gamut. So you're gonna do is just go down, Sony as Gamut, Cine. Okay, click on that. There we go. You can see the changes, and then we have the input gamma. You're gonna do is just gonna search for Sony as Log Tree. Go down. You can see over here, this is the end, Sony as Log Tree. And then the next one, we have output color space. On the output color space, we're going to type in or search for record 709. Go down, and you can see record 709. And the last one, which we are going to use, which is output gamma, is going to be gamma 2.4. Okay, so go down. There we go, gamma 2.4. And all of our color space has been added. Can try it out. Can also apply it over here, apply it like this. I can try them out on the settings. We can apply more, adjustments over here too. So if you still have any confusion of how you'll be able to do it, let me just show it to you again. Delete all of those. Everything over here. You're going to do is going to be seeing the whole thing. You're going to apply nodes over here. Now, how would you apply nodes? Click on this button over here, right click, and add yourself a new node. What you're going to do, it is going to be click on corrector. There we go. We have our first one. Just apply it over here and then apply those settings. Make sure you connect it. There we go. As it is connected, you're going to apply more nodes at the same time. Click on that. You can add source. You can apply sources. So sources are basically kind of, the beginning or the source of everything or even the whole video. But we don't want the whole source 2 times. Just apply one. You can reset all grades and everything. You can see this is the first one. You can apply it on that one too. And then you can apply the same settings and try that on. Well, I'm going to show it to you again. Sony as Gamut. Just go down, Gamut 3 Cine. And then on input gamma, we're going to use Sony as Log Tree. Unified it over here. And then you can see now the colors are changing because we are now using the basic or the default layer. As we do not have extra layers, it is not going to be that effective. We just have to remove it if we do any mistakes. So on the next one, on the output color source, we're going to use record 709. You can see over here. And the last one, we're going to use gamma 2.4. There you can see now the color is really different. If you want to see the default, you can click on that option, then you can see this is the default. But when I apply it, this is how the color will look like. Okay, this is 2.4, but what you're going to start or try off with is going to be Simeon Film Log. So you can see Simeon Film Log, you can apply that, and it will give you a softer finish on each and every video. So you can try that. So after we are basically done with it, what you're going to do is going to be applying more nodes to it. You have this parallel mixer and all of those. What I'm going to be doing is going to be applying myself parallel mixer. So we have this parallel mixer over here, and you can apply more nodes if you want to. So it's basically up to you how many nodes you want to use. Now, depending on that, it's going to be based on which node you are using. You can delete them if you want to. You can apply or, check on if node cache is on or off. I would suggest you that keep your node cache turned on when you are applying any color grading on any video, because it saves up caches, and you might think like it might, cut up a lot of space on your PC, but no, it will save up the data and you'll be able to use it, and it will make your workflow to be a lot more smoother. So you can apply more. You can apply more source if you need it. You can also apply an original size, and then you can go off to add node and apply the ones which you need to use. You also have splitters. You can also apply in more nodes. Let's say you can go off to library, and then you can apply more nodes over here. Let's say we have 2, and then we can go off the nodes again, and then go off the library, apply more. And if you want, maybe let's say you want layers or you want fixes. So you also have filters which you can use. I can also use color stabilizer. Now, color stabilizer is one of the things which you have to use, or I would suggest you using when you're color grading. So having that idea will just help you out a lot. Okay. So what I'm going to do is delete that. I'm going to apply this directly over here, and you can see that it is, connected, and it looks a lot more better. If it deletes the bondage, or if it deletes, this line over here, it will not apply because it is not still connected with our, output. Okay. So you can just connect it, or you can connect it with other layers which you have. Now we're going to go off the settings, and then I'm going to use entire frame, and then you can stabilize it the way you want to. First off, go off to global blends, and you can blend it up the way you need to use. Now you can also customize it, or you can also apply light region analysis and can customize it. Let's say we have low level, we can customize it. What I'm going to do is going to be reducing it just a bit, and the high level I'm going to do is just keep it a bit more high. And on the blends, I'm going to do is just, apply it the way I need to use. And you can normalize the color balance of which color. Okay, so click on this, and I want to balance the green over here, and you can customize it the way you need to on any of that specific color. Make sure not to skip any part, and whenever you change those effects, you can basically see that the wavelength or the scales are now changing, or the scopes are now changing. You will be able to see. Now, after you're basically done with this effects over here, we're basically almost done with color grading, or to know about basic color grade. Now the main thing which we have to do are over here. These are the tools. Now click on this eye picker tool and select the part which you don't need to use. So what I'm going to do is just select this part because I want this part to be selected, and I want the other parts to be blurred. Click on that. You can see now when you customize it the way you need to, you'll be able to see the parts which we basically need to use. So you'll be able to customize it the way you want to. You can also see it over here. Zoom in a bit more, and you'll be able to customize it. I can see this is where it should be connected. You can see it over here. Drag it on the part which you do not need. And then you have the blur radius. Can see the blur radius, how sharpened it is getting, and you can apply in pre-filter, clean black, and then you can apply in clean whites, the back clip, then we have the white clip of the parts of the video. You can see the blur radius, you can customize it the way you want to, and in and out ratio. You can also fix the saturation, make sure to fix in the saturation, and you can fix in the center and also the width. This is the color which I need to use, and this is the sim, okay? And you can also apply more finesse. Let's say I want more fuzziness, I want a bit of denoise, all the grains will be removed. I need the mid-tenors to be a bit lower, the highlights to be a bit higher, and then from here I'm going to customize it, and I'll show it to you. Then on the luminance, fix it out, fix in the luminance. You can also customize it over here. Apply or select the color, and you'll be able to customize it. Fix in the saturation, fix in the color. There we go. You can see this is how it will look like. So now you can see this looks a lot more natural, but there are a couple of parts which do not look that good because we need to customize it over here too. You can go off over here and customize the part where you want it to be brighter. So as we already have selected the green part, so the green part is now being customized. You can see over here on the saturation, I'm increasing it. Now I want a bit of hue to be customized. So I'm going to click on this one. You can see the hue is changing. Drag it onto this part. And also on this one, I'm going to customize it just a bit on the luma and also the saturation and hue at the same time. You can customize it the way you need it to be. And after you're done customizing, you're going to go off to the other tools on the scopes. So how will you be able to customize scopes? First off, open up the wheels, which you basically use, or the color wheels, which is over here. Now customize it, starting off with the lift. Apply the lift. You can see when I dragged it over here, this is how it looks like. Now you're going to do is customize the gamma, which you can see right beside it. You can see it over here. You can also customize it just by using these. It can also apply in gains over here. Okay, so just stay patient and, apply those effects. You can see we can apply more customization by using the offset, which is one of the main part. There we go. You can see now the color is increasing, but this is still on the natural side. You can see I'm now moving it to the top right corner, and this is basically how it will look like. Now the last thing which we're going to do is going to be customizing the scope. Now how do I do that? First off, go over here and then select the color. Let's say you have this color over here. Select the parts and then increase it. See which sides or which parts you want to customize. Let's say click on green, go off over here and customize it the way you want to. If you see that there is like a lot of change, then just, ignore that. And also press on Ctrl-Z to undo the process. And you'll be able to see which part you are customizing. You can see there are a couple of parts which are now pink. Now to fix that, just select on this and then remove out the part. There we go. You can see that all of them has been removed, but we can see a bit of grain. So customize the grains however you need. Fix in the gains, the gamma, and the offsets. And you'll basically see that it has been fixed. You can fix out the green parts. You can fix out the red part of the greens. You can fix out the blue output. You can fix out the red output. Well, I've already shown you in my previous lesson. Now, one thing is that you have to keep in mind is make sure to apply the effects and also apply new nodes and connect it to the end of the source. Apply it and it will have a bit effect. Okay, there we go. This is how it will look like. If you check on or click on that, so you'll basically see the difference of all of them. Okay, we can apply or press on Ctrl-Z so that you can also remove the effects which you've applied. You can see this is how it will look like on default. So if you customize it the way you want to, you'll basically see new changes. So you can customize it. You can also stabilize it the way you need it to be. After you're done with it, you can just go off to the tools which you see over here on the wheel to customize it. I can also apply an HDR effects if you need to. You can see how it will change. And you can also see this, the scopes which are changing with time. Okay, so apply the effect which you need to use, and then you're gonna just save it. You can also apply forward OOTN. So now you know about the basic color gradings. After you're done, you can just go off the deliver. You can play out or play the whole thing, and it will basically see that this is how it will look like. You can see this is the default, which I'm going to show. And this is the color grade. So hope you understood everything about this lesson on how you'll be able to apply in basic color grading on your videos in DaVinci. If you have any question or any confusion about any part of the lesson, feel free to ask me. I'm always there to help you out. So without any further ado, let's just hop on to our next lesson of DaVinci Resolve.